It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
On the shores of Lake Erie, and named simply for the franchise who resides within it, our coverage of the NFL brings us to Cleveland Browns Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you got quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Fielded at the 7. Uh-oh, it's a fumble on the opening kick. And they steal it back on the return. So never mind about who's receiving to start this game, Brock. Got ourselves a change of possession already, and this crowd is loving it.
And the first offense they'll see take the field is the whole team, which is practically sprinting out there to take advantage and keep this crowd humming.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A play fake, now Herbert to throw. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Stays upright. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out. You know, we get on that field in pregame, and these kickers make it look so easy. But in real action, it's a totally different animal. That was definitely online. Just didn't quite get all of it. It's going to wind up just a few feet short.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And here we go. Right away, we've got a loose ball. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Did not want to start like that. They get their shot to show what they can do, and they cough it up immediately, and they're off the field in one play.
Did you see what I saw there, Kate?
Yeah.
I think I saw the excitement leave their body as somebody else was on top of that fun ball. If you're the type to believe in omens, well, this is a very worrying start to this game.
So the LA offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know what I love to say, you never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy, a lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10, Herbert. Completed to Hurst. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
From the 28. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's gonna be 3rd and short coming up. Going for the first with Dobbins. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Cleveland Browns Stadium after this. Chargers ball as we get back for the second, and they are thinking points. First down, and they go right back to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Herbert here, 3rd and long. He stays up. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's going to run. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Chargers get the game's first points here in the second. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Browns and their running back about to get back to work. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And off to Chubb to start the drive. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. A low hit Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They go play action here. A throw right side, caught by Njoku. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. Winston to throw it. Has him up. Oh, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Chargers. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So that was holding on the offense, and a quick declination from the defense means this stands as a turnover. First and 10, here's Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
2nd and 10 now, Herbert. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grow their lead just before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And Brock, they are not off to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake, or typically one will follow. That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Here's Winston to the air. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. The Browns take the 1st of their 3 timeouts. Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers. 3rd down coming. To throw, here's Winston. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing is Winston. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Ready. Winston. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 30.
Winston now. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force to throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Got a man. It's Njoku. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Now with 2 seconds left, we get the expected timeout from this offense. They're in great shape to get 3 here entering the half. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. We've reached the break. The Chargers visitors, but fighting out to an early advantage. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Ewer.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the second half. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Play action now for Herbert. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Finds him on the crossing route. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30. A give to Dobbins to start the 3rd. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Second and 6 coming up here. Running it again with Dobbins. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
They run the counter with Dobbins. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. It's a gain of 3 for him, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And they'll get him down at the 7-yard line. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to...
And he is in! Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers push their lead to 18.
Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Winston. That one complete to Njoku. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Working quickly here. Play action on first down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They go play action on first. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. He's on the move. He's running for it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. They still need 10, but the offense getting set on fourth down. Winston looking to throw. He connects downfield on fourth. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get it back to within 2 possessions. David Njoku, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns make it an 11-point ball game. Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And no problem for the Chargers. They cover it up. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. They'll come up 1st and 10. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Second down. Probably going to see him kneel it again here. Dobbins. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Chargers take this one on the road. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with a West Coast trip, they played their game, and they're taking this victory back east with them. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Chargers, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.